Hi, the champ here. We're going to try something different again. That's right. We're going to do classical. Classical. Wow. Yeah. Well, I don't know a lot much about classical, but I have a buddy that knows a little bit more than me, and his name's Alfonso, and I'll bring him in right now. So here we
Okay.
are with Alfonso. So Alfonso is kind of my classical expert, and so that means he knows a little bit more than I do. You see, he's already shaking his head.
Mm.
So um, when we know each other from going back to junior high. So we were listening to some of these records at the same time, but he was paying more attention because I remember we were over at a guy's house. Remember Jeff Brown?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were over at his house, and he played a lot of crazy stuff, like Mahogany Rush, which is
He-
just heavy rock stuff. But he also would have some classical, and I was like, oh, look at this, you got Rocks Me Off. Rocks Me Off. Oh, that looks kind of interesting. And I think Brian was the one say that's Roxmanoff.
no,
Roxmanoff.
Rachmaninoff.
Rachmaninoff. You see, I still get it wrong. So that's why we have an
Well,
expert.
well, Jeff Brown is the one that introduced me to Jethro Tull.
That was a good thing. That was a
Yeah.
good thing. Yeah, that's yeah, good stuff. Okay, so for our first record, let's get started. Now this is kind of semi-classical. I wouldn't really call this
Oh,
classical so much. This is like
uh,
classical on its head a little bit.
yeah. Too sweet.
Uh,
Jean-Pierre.
so and Maurice Andre on trumpet
Oh, I didn't realize that.
and Claude Bolin on piano and clavier. Um,
Clavier.
Clavier. Thank you. See, you're paying off right off the bat. Yeah. Oh, you said Jean-Pierre Paul. I think you're thinking of another one. There's another Claude Bolin. That
No, no.
might be
Who's the
might
flute
be him.
player?
There. It's trumpet and piano on Toot Suite.
Oh, I
Um,
thought there was.
this
Okay,
one
I thought
has Puncha Zuckerman and Claude Bolin. Suite for
Pinchas
violin, jazz, piano. I feel like you're right. There's another one. I think the Pierre Rampal is another one, I believe.
just
But
some French person.
what do you think of these? What's your
They're
thoughts?
nice. They're nice.
They're
Yeah.
nice.
They're kind of, yeah, I haven't listened to one in a long time. In
Uh-huh.
fact, yeah, I should.
Yeah,
This
they're kind of jazzy.
it's jazzy, very controlled jazz. They don't really cut completely loose in a full improv, you know,
Right.
sequence, but it's good.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I like the cover. Show me the
Which one?
not that one. Well, that one, the back up. See, it's like an ice cream shop. I see. Look at. I like. That's the. You got the cello and the bass and the piano and the drums all having a Sunday.
Good time. Yeah.
I'd buy the album just for that cover.
A little fun. Yeah. No,
Mm.
I'm with you. I think both of them are kind of that way. Kind of reminds me of like Walt Disney, like when you think of
Oh yeah,
Fantasia.
a little bit of yeah. So like that one, um, you got the piano, too sweet. So yeah, he's playing a very odd. It's hard to tell with the cover on there. It's a little bit glarish, but
Sorry. Yeah, that
so
happens.
so that's Maurice Andre, you said?
Maurice Andre, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I really enjoy that his trumpet playing.
Yeah.
Anyway, here we go with uh
Oh, Glenn
Beethoven.
Gould, huh?
Mhm.
Sonatas. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't fail with Beethoven piano sonatas. Um, and can so have you listened to this lately?
No, I have
Because
not.
Glenn Gould, he always kind of hums along. He can't help it when he's singing.
Oh,
You can hear him.
right. There's a few
Yeah,
different jazz
it's
musicians.
not just him. I've heard it with other piano players too.
Sure, sure. Keith Jarrett
But
comes to mind.
yeah, he's famous for that though.
Mhm.
So yeah, the sonatas. Yeah, he's Glenn Gould. Usually, he does a lot of good Bach stuff too.
Mm, yeah.
Interprets the Bach.
Hmm. So next we have great performances. William Tell,
Oh, really?
Bernstein's New York Philharmonic. Uh,
Okay.
I mean, I thought it said,
Leonard Bernstein, I think is how they normally pronounce it.
oh, okay,
Uh,
no, Leonard Bernstein.
Lenny. Those of us who know him call him Lenny.
Lenny, ah, yes, well,
Yeah. So
I'm
William
not that
Tell,
hip.
yeah. Oh, so William Tell, that's ta-da-dum, 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 dum, dum, right?
Yes, that's it. That's it.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
next up we have more Beethoven. This is on
Violin sonata. Oh, violin sonatas.
mechanical.
The Kreutzer, the spring sonata. Deutsche Grammophon. Gotta be
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Mm.
That's, that is the label. If you're
Uh,
looking for, if you're a newbie to classical, I'd say, stick to Deutsche Grammophon, and you probably are going to be doing okay
yeah.
as far as finding good
That
music.
that and Telefunken.
And a
So
Telefunken
that's a good.
U47. Yeah,
that- That's nice, impressionistic sort of. What
yeah,
would
it
you call
is.
that artwork? What would you call that? Does it say on the back what it is?
Uh, Cover or painting by Johann Sperl,
Oh,
Municipal Gallery in
they,
the Leibghaus, Munich. So it's
okay, okay. They didn't want to pay the licensing fee for some really
yeah,
famous
it
person.
doesn't even give us the date of the painting, but that yeah, no, it's cool. I like it. I like it. It's always nice to have something to look at while you're listening to some fine
Yeah,
piece,
yeah,
especially with classical music. I think it's nice
yeah,
to have.
yeah. No, yeah. You're sitting there reading the lyrics. It's like
There's no lyrics. Stop it. Stop it. But yeah, when you're reading about Lemaire,
Lemaire. Yeah,
and
I,
thinking about the ocean.
if you don't spell it correctly with the right capitalization, it looks like lemur.
He wouldn't have gone very far with that. No.
Yeah. That
This-
Lemaire, Lemaire is very impressionistic, and went out. My daughter was in orchestra. They played that
Mhm.
when they went down to Benaroya Hall. They played it on the stage, and their orchestra. They like playing, like Shostakovich and Beethoven and more classical stuff. But
Mhm.
Lemaire, they're like going, they like it, but it doesn't have that same,
Right. No, it's
different.
later in the
It's
period. I mean, this is
well,
like coming out of your
Well,
romantic period
it's all a bunch of fluid motion,
or
and
impressionistic.
there's no, 32 bar sequences that repeat, ABA form, all that stuff. None of that is involved here.
Hmm.
But that's Ravel too.
Have you heard this particular recording?
Well,
I,
I wouldn't know.
okay. Well,
I
I'm seeing it's on Pickwick, so my guess is it's probably not the greatest, just because Pickwick is usually a
well,
cheaper label.
it's the LA Philharmonic though. That's not
Yeah.
too bad.
Okay.
But
All
what
right.
year?
Yeah, yeah, that'd be nice to know.
I'm guessing about 72.
That sounds like a reasonable guess. Um, yeah, they'd say that the guy directing was, I think, born in 1922, but um,
It's not a big deal. Just
mhm.
looking at the cover, it's like they point out it's in stereo.
Yeah, yeah, let's hope so. You know, and that's another thing with classical music is when you're listening to it on vinyl. I mean, it's got to be a very clean copy because you hear every pop and pip, especially when they
Yeah,
have softer stuff. The dynamics in classical music
yeah,
is so
yeah. That's why it's hard to
vast.
listen. It's hard to listen to when you're driving because you got to always turn the volume up and down,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then if
Well,
you're listening to
suddenly you're
a
scaring your passenger because they're being shook out of their seat.
yeah,
And, or they say turn it down and then you can't hear the soft parts. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Aaron Copland, Rodeo, and Appalachian Spring.
hmm. Well, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah, Appalachian Spring. Yeah, we used to love that.
we did. We did.
Part of that's part of the bigger thing. I can't remember the name of it.
Hmm. Um,
No, no, actually, that is the big thing. It's Shaker. The Shaker song is the part in the middle that we used to always play.
uh,
Simple,
um,
simple
I don't
gifts.
know. I think of this recording actually when we talk about
Oh
Copland
yeah, that's it.
with the
That's it.
London Symphony Orchestra. This has
Yeah.
Fanfare for the Common Man, Lincoln Portrait, Henry Fonda, our narrator, and then
Yeah,
side two,
yeah, yeah.
Appalachian Spring.
Yeah. He sang the Gettysburg Address or something, or I know
Lincoln Portrait. You're probably right. That's probably what he's
uh,
talking.
he recites it.
Mm-hmm. But
And
the Appalachian Spring on here and Fanfare for the Common Man. I mean, a lot of us kind of got to know Fanfare for the Common Man by Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and I was like, oh, there's a
well,
classical version.
well, yeah,
When they do
yeah,
that?
yeah. Well, we used to play that because it's a horn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Ba-da,
Yeah.
ba-da,
No. It's a great one. It's a
ba-da,
great one. But
ba-da.
that's and then the other Copeland I have here um is this one. Are you
Oh,
familiar with this one?
Copland.
This has
Yeah, what's
Leonard Bernstein and New York or Leonard Bernstein. Like, which,
you can go ahead and pronounce it however you like. He's
anyway,
dead now.
Lenny's on this one. Appalachian Spring, Billy Kid, El Salon, Mexico, and Rodeo.
Oh yeah,
So
Billy the Kid. Remember that?
yes, I do remember that. I do remember that.
That was a
Uh,
good one.
it is. It
Yeah.
is a good one. Um,
Yeah. Oh,
uh,
there you can read the lyrics too.
there you go. Read the lyrics. It gives lots of things to read. I'm not.
Oh, and there he is. There's
Who's that? Is that supposed to be Billy the Kid?
I, what's it say?
Well, he is holding a gun, so that makes
Hmm.
sense. Yeah, that could be it.
Yeah.
Um,
They had the gunfight in there, right?
that's right. Yes,
Yeah,
that's
remember that? Yeah,
exactly.
very.
Very good. And ooh, I got a second copy of Copland.
Oh,
Maybe
well, that one's got cellophane on it, so
yeah. Well, maybe I'll hang on to that one, huh? All right.
yeah.
So that's it for this segment of classical. Um,
Well, that was good. Those are all good, solid pieces of music, except for maybe the lamer one. That was the outlier.
Lemaire, Lamer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I remember hearing that one, Ravel
Yeah.
is and
Not that I don't like it, but no, it's Debussy.
ah anyway, when we went into that, I was taking music appreciation, when they went into that time period, which is like late 1800s,
Yeah,
early
early 1900s, late
1900s.
18. Yeah.
Um, it was a little different, a different sound, and that's and you were kind of getting an impression of the water or
No, yeah, you could just
Bolero.
lay
You were
down
getting
and
a different feel too from Bolero.
yeah,
Um,
until the movie 10 came out.
and then another whole different feeling from that one.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Uh, uh,
that's the end of this segment, volume one of classical
okay.
music with Alfonso. Champ out.
Yeah. Cheers.